You see, what is material? I will again go back to our Indian tradition because they had it. I mean, the sages really saw through everything. What looks gross and what is subtle? When you are at the gross level, something above you looks subtle. So from the material point of view, knowledge is something subtle, something abstract. And people at the knowledge level will say, this is too crass, this is too gross. This chakra philosophy is beautiful because at every higher chakra, the lower becomes gross. And there are 7 of them, it's a long way to go. And there's a parallel in psychology as well, in Western psychology. So at the lowest levels, you are rooted in the material world. And that's why we keep talking about this. And, even migration, it's still at the physical material world. The real migration you need, or all of us need, is perhaps migrate from a gross level to a subtle level, which cannot be done by geographically going from one place to another, but evolving. And that is the challenge, I think. And when we talk of having a mind of poverty consciousness, we are really at survival level. We really think there's not enough to go around, and we are motivated by fear and lack. And we think that if we don't get something, that happiness lies outside ourselves, and we need to struggle to get something before somebody else takes it. And we are very reluctant and choosy about who we give what we have to. Because every time we give, the poverty consciousness mind says, you're going to lose something. Now, as an individual evolves, and this has nothing to do with age, you can be 90 years old and still be of poverty mind, and you can be 10 years old or 16 years old, as Shankara and others have shown, and you could be totally evolved. In the mind of abundance, you realize that all the happiness that you need is already in you, or needs to be tapped in you. It's waiting. All you need to do is to learn how to turn the key. And when you have this feeling of abundance, giving is the way you operate in life, because only by giving you become more abundant. And through giving, you are creative. You are not paralyzed by fear. You are full of joy. You do not do things in life in order that some lack in you is satisfied, so that you may get happiness at the end of the day. But out of a feeling of happiness, you do things. You are creative and things get done. So there's a fundamental difference between the mind that is full of abundance, which we want, hopefully, IITians to achieve, and the mind which is, struggling to survive. In any given situation, the normal fear-stricken mind will ask, what is it that I get out of this? Then only I'll invest my time and energy in it. Whereas the mind which is filled with abundance will ask the other question, what is it that I can do? What is it that I can do to help, to share this sense of well-being that I have? And the well-being is at many levels. So let me talk about the other levels. The higher levels are relationships. We never talked about it. That's the second chakra. How we relate to other people. You may have all the wealth in the world, but you may not have a single friend to call you. Even your family may desert you because you are so attached to your so-called possessions. And even family members are possessions. So here, relationships. How do we relate to human beings? How do we relate to animals and birds and trees? That's the second level. At the third level, you are into achieving things. And I think IITians are also into that. We want to achieve greater success. We want to publish our papers at the highest level and win the greatest awards and win Nobel prizes and so on. That's great. But even that will be viewed as material as you go higher. Even knowledge becomes material when you are at the level of wisdom.